In February this year, my mum was scratched by a dog in Morocco, which resulted in her losing her life to rabies. So she passed away in June, and I knew from the get-go that I needed to make a difference and try and get rid of this horrible, horrible illness. So my name's Robyn. We're on day 3 of vaccinating dogs. I think so far this week we've probably vaccinated nearly 250 dogs so far on day 3, our little team. So I think we're doing well.
So 99% of all human rabies cases are caused through dog bites. There's actually at least 17 different species of the rabies virus as such. But the one we're focused on, which is responsible for nearly all the dog and human cases of rabies, is the RabV. And that's the one that is in the reservoir host species, mainly dogs, where it circulates, and when it comes out of that reservoir host, that's when it can come into contact with people. The rabies virus itself is a neurotropic lyssavirus, so what it does is it slowly works its way up the peripheral nerves, gradually moving up over time until it gets into the brain, and then it causes a fatal encephalitis. And once clinical symptoms show, there is absolutely no treatment. Death is inevitable. It's the world's deadliest zoonotic disease.
From the get-go, I kind of became a little bit professional in rabies because I just learnt so much about the disease. And if there is a chance of eradicating it, then I just wanted to be part of it. And imagine say if it is 2030 when it's eradicated and seeing there's no more rabies, just to be part of that is just going to be so incredible.
The importance of education cannot ever be underestimated. So the 3 pillars of what we do when we're driving forward the rabies projects, obviously vaccinating as many dogs as we can. We have to get 70% of dogs establish herd immunity, break the cycle of transmission. We have to build up surveillance so we can follow any dogs that might be getting rabies, any outbreak areas, and contain them as quickly as we can. And we've got to be able to monitor the impact of the rabies vaccination programs as well. But education is massive, because without that we'll get nowhere. The education has to come at 2 levels. The first level is getting out to the general populace and explaining what rabies is, how to avoid being bitten by a dog, and what to do if you are bitten by a dog. Because if people know what to do, even in places where it's hard to get the rabies vaccine as post-exposure prophylaxis, literally knowing they can wash the wound for 15 minutes will give them a little bit of a better chance of perhaps not contracting the virus.
I was originally going to come on my own to Cambodia, but due to the sensitivity of it, it was a good idea that somebody came with me. So my husband Andrew's here with me just now. So we're trying to get the most amount of dogs vaccinated each day, and then at the end of the week, who's got the most at the end of the week. Anything above 100 for a day I think is a really good number. Fingers crossed.
I met Robyn face to face. First time was in Cambodia. So I arrived on the Wednesday in that first week, and Robyn and Andrew were there, and they were great. They've just given it so much energy. They were attacking it with absolute vigour. They're on a course, they're on a crusade. They've experienced firsthand the tragedy of rabies and what it's done. It's affected their family unit, and they have bonded to the cause to try and eliminate it, to stop this sort of thing happening to other people.
Part of my raising awareness that I'm wanting to do is changing the way people holiday, because a lot of people do touch the dogs and feed the dogs or cats, but it's just to be more cautious, and if you are bitten and scratched, just to get them vaccinations and follow the right protocols.
The first vaccine was given on July the 6th, 1885 by Louis Pasteur. And here we are, 140 years later, and it's still around. And it's crazy. What we've got to do is we've got to break the cycle of transmission, we've got to eliminate it from dog populations, and that will protect people. If you're going to a country where there is endemic rabies, then get a vaccination. Also, if you like dogs and you're going to stroke a little dog or see an injured puppy and the sort of person that'll pick it up, I think lots of us are like that, then get vaccinated before you travel. It's all about raising that awareness, making sure everyone knows that rabies is very relevant, it's very real, it's definitely out there. It's one of the oldest diseases known to man, and we've got to be on our guard with it as we try and beat it down.
You got 100.
There's 10 empty bills. That one is? Yeah, about 120 down. What did you get? Go on.
85 this morning, 85 this afternoon. I don't think there's no time like now. If I didn't do it now, when would I do it? And I know that she is cheering me on and saying, keep going, keep vaccinating those dogs and we'll get there, we will eradicate this disease eventually. The team has been so incredibly kind from the minute that I had the phone call with Luke to booking onto the trip. Everybody I've spoke to and emailed and on the phone have just been so helpful that it'd be daft not to join Mission Rabies again. I'm just so proud that we can make a difference, and all the people within this charity are doing their own little bit to make a difference, and jointly it's just an incredible experience. I just wish more people could do it.
It's about binding people who believe in this cause together, and we've got a phenomenal team of people who really want to champion it and really care about it, and it's wonderful to have Robyn and Andrew on the crew with us, so it's fantastic.
It is a horrendous disease, and unfortunately I have seen that firsthand. I just want people to go on holiday, and if they want to interact with animals, get vaccinated. And the vaccination is the biggest key to a lot of this, and just think twice.
Anyone can come on these projects and help us. They've got to be over 18, we need people over 18, and you've got to like dogs, and you've got to be, physically fit and able, because it's hard going to do it. But there's an amazing sense of teamwork and camaraderie amongst the projects, which is, one of the best things. It's fantastic, and everyone coming together for this common cause, and you don't just have to be vet nurses or vets. You can literally, we just want people in the zone helping us. We've had teachers, we've had all sorts of people committed, up for doing it, making an impactful difference. And it's a wonderful chance. There's not many things in life where you can just use both hands and just go, yeah, I'm going to make a difference, I'm going to leave the world a little bit of a better place by eliminating this horrible disease from this place. And we can absolutely do that. Everybody is welcome, everyone's very much needed, and the bigger the sort of collective mass of winners we can get on board making it happen, the better.
My mum was such an incredible woman, and she's my biggest force to do any of this. She would be cheering me on, telling me to go and do it. So she's on my little shoulder, shouting me on.
Sebagai koordinator